an old video that I did, and it's all about how to contour your face. This is one of the first videos that I've ever done. It's gotten, a great response, lots of views, but I just wanted to redo it because the lighting and the color was like all kinds of crazy, and I just thought it might be better to redo it. Alright, so let's get started. So anybody can have chiseled features, a slimmer face. It all has to do with having the right tools and products and having the right technique. So first you're going to need a good bronzer. Find one that you really like, but it's most important that it's a matte bronzer, because when contouring you don't want any shimmer. You can leave the shimmer to your highlight, or if you have more of a bronzing powder that you like to put on your cheeks to give it a nice warm glow, that's fine, but you really want something that's matte. So what I use is Harmony Contour, or it's actually a blush by MAC, but it's a very nice medium toned brown. So there's a couple different brushes that you can use. My favorite to use is this Trish McEvoy brush. It's called number 37 bronzer, and it's got like a pointed tip, and it's tapered along the sides, and it just works perfectly to get, in the hollows of your cheeks. Also, you can use, if you have, maybe you just have a blush brush, you can use a blush brush. This again is another Trish McEvoy. It's called number 28. It's the sheer blush. It's really flat, so that's really ideal to really get in the crease. If you have a fluffier blush brush and that's all you have to do is really smash it down and you get that nice angle that you need. Or you might like to use this really small brush. This is called the number 48 blending brush, and it's basically just a mini version of this brush, so it's really small and it does a great job getting in the grooves. Okay, on to learning about our bone structure. The first thing you have to do is understand where your bone structure is. No matter if you have a thinner face, a fuller face, square shape, heart shape, no matter what, you have to understand where your bones are. Feel your face and really, get a good understanding of that. I said this in my last video, but contouring has evolved from, the fishy face technique. Just because your friend might be able to put a little back here in the back of her cheek and get a nice cheekbone doesn't mean that that's going to look good on your face. You really have to feel and understand how your face works. Alright, so once you figured out your bone structure, you want to really feel and you want to apply the color right underneath the bone. A lot of times on the hollows of cheeks, for many people like myself, my hollow's actually pretty far down here. So to really define my cheekbone, I have to move up just a little bit higher, and I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to just take this small Trish McEvoy brush, the mini, the 48 blending, just so I get a real detail, and then I'm going to tap in the product here. And where my bone is, I'm going to start from the back of the cheekbone and go right underneath and start swirling it around to blend it through. And then pull it right under the front of my cheekbone here. If you're like me and you have those real chipmunky cheeks, it can be hard to get that real chiseled look to the face. So what I want to do is, as I'm applying it right under that bone, I'm going to sort of do that fake smile and almost go right underneath in that curve. Now, another great way to slenderize the face and enhance the jawline is to apply your contour color, again, same principle, underneath the bone. It's really hard for most people to, place the color here along the bone on the top of the face and then blend down. Unless you're really, really skilled at doing that and you're on stage, it's really hard to get away with that look when you're talking to somebody in public, in person. It just looks too fake. So what you want to do is, again, feel where your bone is, and you're going to apply it underneath where your neck is. So you're going to apply that color and continue to blend into the neck. When you apply the contour color there and you're talking to someone face to face, they're going to see the shadow from here down, which is going to give the illusion of a sharper, more chiseled jawline. So that's ideally the best way that you're going to slenderize that area, is by applying the color under the bone on the neck and then blending downward. Another great way to slenderize and add a lot of warmth to the face is applying the color along the hairline. So you're just going to want to apply this really closely and then down through right above the peak of the eyebrow, and just really make sure it's blended. Now, like I had mentioned in my last video, which is really important to remember, contrary to popular belief, you don't want to apply your contour bronzer in this temple area right here. If you've ever noticed people who are older, people who've aged, their temples actually cave in right here. So if you're applying that shadow there, you're going to get that illusion of a caved in temple area, which will actually make you appear older. So you don't want to do that. Now, if you want to slenderize your nose, you can contour the sides of your nose. A good way is to just smash that brush to get it really, really narrow, dip it in a little bit of the color, and you can just make a straight line down the sides of the nose and blend outward. And it really depends on the type of nose that you have. For me, it's very, very narrow up here, so I don't want to bring this contour all the way up to my brow, just because I don't need to make that any skinnier. I could add a highlight to that to actually more even out the shape of my nose. But if you have a really wide nose all around, you can contour all the way up to the brow. If your nose is really thin at the bottom here, you don't have to contour. I just do it because I have a real kind of round, bulbous nose. And lastly, a really good place to contour is right underneath the bottom lip here in this curve. Because what that does is it really kind of enhances and chisels the chin area. If you want that more prominent and chiseled, that's a good contour to do. It also makes this bottom lip look really, really full and plump. Alright, so those are my contouring tips and tricks for you. I hope you enjoyed it. So yeah, if you have any questions, please let me know. It should be really, really simple and easy to achieve. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.